We're talking to Piers Hemmingsen, right here. Yes,
That's me.
all the way from Canada,
Toronto.
Toronto,
No,
Canada.
about 4 hours up the road from where
That's
you
right.
are.
That's right.
In Windsor.
And he knows all about CKLW and all that kind of good stuff.
Radio stations, you know, the thing about the Beatles is that if you heard the Beatles on the radio, then you wanted to go and buy the record. And you went to your record store, and then the beauty of it, you could play the Beatles whenever you wanted. You didn't have to wait for the radio station to play it. But CKLW was like the kind of bellwether, I guess. When a new record came out, they had it, and they would play it first. Other stations would go, how did they get it? Well, they were close to Detroit, of course. And boy, oh boy, the Big 8, I think, is what,
That's right.
what it was called.
It's not around anymore, though.
Not around anymore.
No, it's an all-news station now. With 50,000 watts, if you live in Kentucky, you can listen to the news.
Well, that's what happened after World War II, is that all these big, antennas went up, and they went to 50,000 watts. I lived in northern Ontario in Petawawa. I could hear Buffalo, WKBW, and sometimes we got WLS out of Chicago.
I did at home on a little Gilligan radio.
So this book tells the story of how rock and roll came to Canada before the Beatles. It also talks about the Beatles arriving in Canada, but the effect of the moon's gravity on the Earth flattens radio waves, and that's why in the evening you could get an AM wave going further. That's how it, on our transistor radio in Canada, we could hear these stations, and
that's how a lot of Canadian content got into the States, like the Guess Who and Paul Anka.
Paul Anka. And so anyway, the new book coming out in May is Evolution. Picks up where this one
Yeah,
ends.
it's like part 2.
Part 2, Red and Blue, just like the Beatles' Red and Blue compilations. And you can see the OPP badge, the Beatles poster for the '66 show, the Beatles at the press conference.
Yeah, there's
Rock
that
and Roll
OPP
Revival.
patch.
Yeah. And then on the back of the cover, we've got some, the Butcher cover that was made in Canada, the Beatles ad for Maple Leaf Gardens concerts, the candle cover where, it was alleged that Paul had died in 1969. And we got some people who helped me out with the book, Bruce Coburn, David Clayton Thomas, and Anne Murray, who I interviewed for the book. They're all Beatle fans, and they're all Canadian, and this is the story, and this is only a sample pamphlet, but it's the story. All the way up to the end,
Is Windsor in there somewhere?
Oh, it's all through the book. All through the book. I try and go across Canada, so if you go to the first book,
maybe that'll get on the PDF sometime.
Okay, yeah, no.
I have all the charts.
I've been asking for a while. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
So I think, I'm not sure if I have Windsor, but I've got east to west. That's Toronto.
Oh, thank you.
Chum.
Chum, yeah.
Dragon?
Starts on the east coast.
amazing job with
But CKLW is
matched together. like
referenced all through both volumes.
We're getting there. CKEY.
CKEY. I don't think I had CKLW. I couldn't fit everything in, but
I'm sure CKLW helped a ton.
Credits, please. I actually did this.
Terrific stuff.
yeah. So this poster you were looking at has all the
By,
concerts.
I like
Posters
by another
from
one.
Canada,
By
64 to 1970.
That one is
A lot of the groups, the Yardbirds, the Kinks, the Hollies, the Animals, Manfred Mann, Peter Gordon, the Beach Boys, Mamas and Papas, who I interviewed. Gosh, I interviewed quite a few people for the book. And, so there you have it.
And enough stuff to make 2 books out of.
Yes, it's been a lifelong thing, and thank you for coming to my table.
Sure thing. Good to see you.